Hello, welcome back. Like I said, I'm so delighted to be here this evening to really, talk about obviously the playoff semi-final second leg on Monday night. So yeah, thank you as ever, everybody, for coming to tune in. Just a few things before I get started with intros. First of all, if you do want to come on and speak with me, you can do. I have posted the link in the in the chat box. So if you do want to come on, you do have to show your camera unless obviously you're not wanting to. But really, you need to be having your camera on just to be kind of precautionary measures. Now, I kind of want to touch upon something that obviously broke in the last few days. Absolutely massive news in football, really. Like I say, I think you know what you all know what I'm going to say. Obviously, Jake Daniels, the first male professional, footballer to come out as gay in the UK since 1990. It really is massive. This, it really, and I think that you obviously, first of all, just want to kind of just reach out, in support of him. Obviously, such a brave step. Such a, it really is a brave move. And I've got nothing but respect for him, really. I really, it's just, it kind of made me emotional actually when I saw the news, because I've kind of longed for that role model. Growing up, in football, obviously realizing that I'm gay, and obviously I didn't ever have that role to look up to. Now someone like Jake has come along and obviously come out. A lot of other LGBTQ plus, youngsters, people, kind of, they'll feel inspired by it, and it'll really change lives. It really will, and I think that it's such a. I don't know if you saw it, but obviously the interview on Sky Sports, it was so powerful. As well. And yeah, I kind of just feel very emotional about this, and like I say, it means a lot to me as well, because like I said, I've always wanted kind of that role model. I know that others, in our community, kind of wanted that role model as well, and now it's actually happened. It's just so refreshing and so incredible. And like I say, sending all my support, love to Jake. Like I said, I know he's got so much support and positivity, and yeah, brilliant stuff. So yeah, I definitely want to, like I say, I'm going to be doing an episode that especially for obviously Jake Daniels' story, in the coming days. So, but obviously we're here to speak about. But I wanted to mention it briefly, and I'm going to obviously promote the video that will be coming out in the coming days. So yeah, I've actually got Tom on with me in the moment, but I'm going to get him in the moment because we're going to talk about, let's relive the second leg on Monday night, which saw us triumphant and sent us to Wembley. So can't wait for Wembley. Exactly, Alfie. I can't either. I've got my tickets. So eventually I got my ticket. It was an absolute right nightmare getting them today. But we got them eventually. Thank you for coming in and tuning in. I'm sitting in the couch shed, but can't wait. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually in block 111 for Wembley, so I know that. Oh, you're in block 1. You'll have to come and say hello, Alfie. I'm telling you, you'll have to come and say hello to me because, like I said, I don't even know what you look like, but it'd be great to meet you. But yeah, I'm in that block as well, so depending on where you are, yeah, come and say hello for sure. Apparently 75% is solar. Yeah, it's like I say, it's selling really well, which is great news. Good stuff. It'll be great to meet you, like I say, and like I say, I can't wait for Wembley. So we're going to get Tom in because you haven't got your camera on, Tom, but I'm going to try and see if... In fact, it's not actually letting me add you in for some reason. Well, I think does it look like it will be a good view that... Well, I looked, and it did look it, but I also remember being there last time, when we went to Wembley. and I think I was in that area as well. But I was actually close to the back last time, but I'm a bit close to the front this time. Not too close, but yeah. But yeah, sorry about this, guys. Biggest game of our life. In fact, yeah, absolutely. It really will be a massive match, and yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be a really special occasion, special day. You can't beat a trip to Wembley. We are going to get Tom in. We were supposed to have Ruben in, but he's having trouble with his internet. We'll be able to see the other side of the pitch. Yes, yes. I know it's a big stadium, and actually, when you're actually, have you not been to Wembley before, then, Alfie? Because when you go to Wembley, I was kind of thinking the size of Wembley, it just kind of overwhelms you at first. Because when you're right close to it, when they're right close to it, it feels absolutely huge in front of you, But yeah, I hate Forest fans. Their corners an easy fight. Yeah, like I say, they can keep saying that, but we'll just focus on ourselves. We know what we can produce, and yeah, it is one of those. I'm not really interested in Forest and what they've got to say because they've just, they're such a deluded fan base and really embarrassing. To be honest with you. So yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, it's not right. Also, Tom, I think you're going to be able to get it. Yeah, you're able to come in now. It's letting me add you in. So we're going to get Tom on, ladies and gentlemen, because, like I said, Ruben was meant to be joining us. He potentially may join us in a moment, but he is having problems with his internet. So I'm going to get Tom in. Hello, welcome on in, Tom. Thank you for coming in. Can you hear me? And like I say,
yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Hello, hi. How are you? How are you doing?
Tired from work and still buzzing from Monday.
Yeah, of course, which we're going to get into very shortly, and we're going to just kind of get going with this thing now, because obviously, like I said, Ruben may be joining us in a moment, but for the time being, it'll just be me and you, Tom. So let me just catch up with the comments. Yeah, we've already gone through that. Have you seen the odds, mate? Yeah, like I said, I don't focus on odds. I don't believe in all that. Like I said, we've kind of been wrote off all season, so odds don't matter to me. It's about what happens on the day. And to be honest with you, in a final, anything can happen. It's just about one match. Forest fans are deluded, love to win and see them cry. Yes, very true, very true. But anyway, we're going to get into the kind of match then. So, obviously, going into the game, first of all, Tom, how was you feeling going into this second leg? By the way, before we get into the first half.
I felt sick with nerves.
Yeah. But was you feeling a bit of confidence? Obviously being at home. The form that we've shown this season. Did you feel a bit of? You feel a bit?
I felt confident. I felt confident.
Yeah. Like I say, it was one of those that it was very nerve-wracking because we knew what was at stake, but definitely a bit of confidence, but also a bit of apprehension because Luton have been fantastic this season, so it was never going to be an easy game. So obviously, I think from my perspective, obviously going into the game didn't pan out the way I would have liked, and probably most time. Like I said, I was kind of saying to myself, if we can get an early goal, settle those nerves, it'd be great. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out like that way, and I'm not surprised because Town never do it the easy way, as we know over the years.
Luton should have been at least 2 up at half time.
Yeah, I was going to say that because obviously the first half definitely kind of was Luton's. Now, obviously, and again though, by the way, let's make a special mention to Lee Nichols because again, he made in the first half. He kept us in that match again. And it's not the first time we've said that this season, as you know. He's been absolutely outstanding. He really has. So yeah, obviously, Cornick had the first chance for Luton. It was a great strike actually, but Nichols managed to make a save. He always seems to make it kind of save, even though it may seem impossible.
Well, he's got to be knocking on the door for England surely now.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, because like I said, I think that we're all kind of thinking that ourselves, like kind of, he surely has to get that, Gareth has to be considering, giving him a chance soon because he's just producing time and time again. It's just unbelievable, really. I saw you on Monday, pal. Just was doing that. Come over. How come you wait? Oh, you actually saw me. You should have come and said hello, Alfie. I don't bite, I promise. I mean, the reason I wear earphones in the game is because, long story short, is that I don't like to. I get right funny about things, like because it can get quite a lot of insects flying around at the John Smiths. I've found over the kind of seasons, and I get a bit apprehensive. I get a bit worried about maybe a fly getting in my ear or something. I know it's silly, but I just can't. Like I said, I put my earphones in and I just feel a lot better for it. So that's why
I do that as well.
Yeah. So it's one of those. And like I said, I think that obviously, again, obviously Snodgrass, he had a great opportunity. Again, Nichols kind of managed to save it again, but great shot. But yeah, they were really knocking on the door, Luton, But I mean, obviously then Danny Ward had to come off, which was really disappointing, really, because I was worried from that point, if I'm honest with you.
I don't think it looks too serious, though.
Yeah, which is positive for sure. But like I say, I think
he was celebrating afterwards.
Yeah, like I said, I think in the moment, though, I kind of felt like it could potentially. I mean, I know that we was on the back foot anyway in the first half, but I felt like it could potentially give them. But obviously, Rhodes coming on. We know what Rhodes has done this season. Especially at the back end of this season, anyway. Which I'm going to get onto in a moment because obviously he was the one that sent us to Wembley. But I mean, yeah, Luton had so many chances in that first half, and But from our perspective, by the way, I think we just couldn't get going in that first half, could we? We just looked really flat, laboured.
I just think they just came out better than us. I think they wanted to. They certainly pressed a lot.
Yeah, they certainly did. And to be fair to them, they're a very organised group of Luton, and I think that obviously they had a game plan and they did make it very difficult for us. So we have to give them some credit. But I just felt like we were very laboured and flat in that first half. I really did. Really nervous for the final. It's going to be hard. Yeah, like I say, we're going to get into the final very shortly. But yeah, like I say, any final's a hard game. We do. We need the same atmosphere than what we brought on Monday night because the atmosphere on Monday night was electric. It really was. It was outstanding. It was just special.
It was unbelievable.
It was. It was literally goosebumps. Literally. I mean, we did our bit, and the lads really felt that on the pitch, which was great.
I've only just managed to get my voice back from Monday as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to sing loud and proud, in the stands, and no matter whether you lose your voice or not. All fans were, they were definitely, and it was great to see. Like I say, I think it was obviously, it was needed as well. Obviously, it was nice to see the stadium really full as well. I mean, I know it'd been full majority of the season, but it was very full obviously on Monday. Now, so we're kind of going to go into the second half a bit now. I mean, let's talk about the penalty shout then, because obviously it was a great kind of effort from us, to create this chance in the second half. And obviously Russell. I mean, what a revelation Russell has been. He's been outstanding again, and the kind of transformation he's shown this season. We forget that a few months ago, not many people had kind of heard of him. But
it was a stonewall penalty, and even if you stood at the other side of the stadium, you could see it was a penalty all day long.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just going to go into that. Obviously, and then obviously it was obviously the foul on Toffolo. It was a blatant penalty, like you say, and Toffolo got there first, and Ingram literally took Toffolo out. It was a definite penalty. I don't really know how he didn't give it in all fairness, but we always seem to be against the referees in matches, and I'm not just being biased here. I just feel
they've been awful this season. Even at one of my friends, she's a Barnsley fan. She was saying this to me after the game, that referees in the Championship this season have been absolutely terrible.
I mean, the quality of referee is just shocking. It really is. They were ticket. Yes, it was. Don't get me going on that ticket queue today. Literally, I was in first time, and then the system crashed on me as it did with everybody. And I was panicking for literally an hour, thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to get a good seat. I'm not going to get a good seat." And then obviously I got back in. and I managed to get a similar seat to what I had originally. So panic over, and I've got my ticket, and I can't wait for next Sunday because it's going to be electric. Right. I hope the couch. Yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will. I think that obviously last time we was in the at Wembley. I sat kind of in. I don't know if I was in block 112 or. In fact, I wasn't because we were in the opposite end last time. But I was in the similar area to where I am now. But it's just at the opposite end. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on here. So obviously, and then let's talk about this goal. So let's talk about the goal because I'm sorry. I mean, when I kind of felt like I said we needed an early goal, and if we didn't get the early goal in the first half, kind of thing. I did really think that it was going to be a bit more nerve-wracking, and the crowd were going to get on top of the place. But it didn't actually happen, that actually. But what I will say is going into that final 20 minutes, I was thinking to myself, in my head, I was thinking to myself, this could go either way. This it really could.
I was thinking that.
It was really hard to watch because I just couldn't be dealing with another extra time and penalties because I just think we could do with we just can do with not the drama this time. I mean, we're capable of winning in 90 minutes, in all due respects this time, and like I said, the quality and the depth of our squad now is a lot better. So yeah, we didn't want to be messing around with penalties and an extra time because we've had a really tough season. Obviously,
since Sorba came on, he couldn't change the game completely.
He did, and it was like I say, I think going to think I was kind of expecting him to start this game actually, in all fairness, because obviously we saw him, for about 5 minutes in the away leg at Luton, and I thought to myself, I think that he'll start this in the second leg, but obviously he didn't, and obviously Carlos brought him on, and he made a massive impact, like you said. Again, the delivery of this free kick, I'm telling you now,
it's better than Kevin De Bruyne's deliveries. For me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but this guy is incredible. I mean, at the end of the day, he, we forget that where he's come from here in such a short space of time because, this guy deserves respect because he's really put in the hard yards. He's really worked hard, last summer. And, when he got his opportunity this season, he well and truly took it and he's not looked back since. And he's just been an absolute revelation. And, the impact he's made as well, the assists. I mean, one of the highest assists in England. It's just crazy. Now, obviously, let's get back to the goal. Yeah, a beautiful delivery. You just couldn't have got it better. But Broad still had a lot to do in this moment, as you know. And it was a moment of brilliance by him. It really was.
It's his run that I liked as well. It's his run that he did.
Yeah, the run. The timing of the run, but the technique of this strike and the way he was able to strike.
It's not easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the strike was just that. It was just unbelievable. And you know what? It couldn't have happened to a better guy, by the way, because Jordan has always got time for everybody, on and off the pitch. And he's such a. You can tell he cares about the foot, like everybody does this season, but you can tell he really has a connection with his football club. And in all due respects, when he came back to us, there were a lot of kind of not upheaval, I would say, but there were a lot of comments going around like, oh, John Rhodes is past it, he's not going to do much for us again, and he's too slow, he's and things like that. And actually, he's proved everybody wrong here because
the doubt was wrong again.
Yeah, you never lose your class, and I know he's a lot slower now, but you see from these moments, if you give him a chance, he will take it. It doesn't matter how slow he is. At the end of the day, he still has quality.
That delivery from Sorba, the amount of whip and spin on it, the amount how quick it came in as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, his experience as well, Jordan. I think that plays a big part. But yeah, he had a lot of criticism, when he came in. I think that's unfair. I mean, to be honest with you, the way I see it is I don't particularly like players coming back if they've gone away because I think more often than not, it doesn't actually work out. To be honest with you, that's my opinion anyway. But obviously, Jordan's come back and he's played a real pivotal role this season and really helped us.
Well, he had an injury at the start and he had to come back from that.
Yeah, of course. And I think that obviously he slowly found his feet and he's got better and better the more we've seen him. Obviously, he's contributed more massive contribution. Is there going to be a march to Wembley or meeting up? I'm not entirely sure about plans just yet. Like I say, obviously it might be best kind of checking on kind of the Cowshed Loyals Twitter page or something like that, and they may have something lined up. And then obviously pubs. There'll be pubs out, near the ground. I'm not sure though. There'll be a pub where all town fans meet. Not sure where though, but there is plenty on offer around the stadium, so I'm sure you'll be able to find something. All foreign fans, yeah. Like I say, I'm not really interested in that, Alfie, to be honest with you, because you know what? They've shown how deluded and embarrassing they've been this season in terms of their fan base, and I don't really care about that because we know what we're capable of here, and the focus is on us. I don't care about fans that like that because it's just not worth it. It's they've kind of said it all. They've said it. Yeah, they're just deluded. I've got nothing else to say, and I'm not going to mention it again. Yes, they've gone to Portugal, apparently. I saw that on Twitter today, actually, which will be nice for them to get away for a few days. Obviously, it won't be a holiday by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll be nice to get away from the usual surroundings.
Nice team bonding again, innit?
Yeah, of course. It really brings, even though the team is really, you can see how close the team is. You can never do too much of this kind of thing, and I think it's important to kind of, take the players away. And yeah, just remove themselves from the usual surroundings because it can do your world a good, really. Now, obviously, when we scored, I don't know about you, but them seconds just seem to be going very, very slowly after that. How was you feeling? In them when we got that goal, how was you feeling then? Because I was feeling quite sick and very nervous.
Well, I was sat at top of fantastic media stand up a tier right at back, and I fell like down 3 flights of seats. And I lost my wallet, but someone who was sat next to me had it for me, and I smashed my glasses, so I've had to get some new glasses day after.
Oh gosh!
But no, I felt buzzing. It didn't seem real at first, but when it all started to kick in, I'm just so happy we're there again. We deserve it more than anyone this season. And Nathan Jones is such a crowd.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. He really is. I mean, he clearly doesn't know his stuff when he's saying that, our team, we spent loads of money on players this season.
We didn't spend a penny.
It was just crazy. And like I say, I loved what he said. Well, I didn't actually love what he said about, but I actually kind of laughed to myself when he was mentioning about Nichols, obviously in that first leg as well, when he said that he's known for this, and there's been articles written about, time wasting or something like that along those lines. I was like, yeah, I don't think there is, pal. I think you're just chatting absolute rubbish. But yeah, I think he's a bit of a
I don't agree with what one of our fans did with that coin incident to that old guy.
No, but I've actually heard something else as well, by the way, after this, by the way. And I'm not condoning this, by the way, but what I am going to say, so guys, there was obviously a bit of trouble after, obviously, the game. Now, I believe, from my understanding, because I was talking to my friend today at work, actually, he actually went on the pitch, I didn't. And apparently, one of the Luton fans threw a lighter at it, because initially, the town fans went over and obviously clapped the Luton fans, but then they threw a lighter at somebody, towards the town. One of the Luton fans threw a lighter towards the town, and that's how they retaliated by doing that. Yeah. And obviously, the bottles that were being thrown, Luton threw them at town fans anyway.
I did see from where I was at, load of bottles being chucked.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to is it wasn't just one city. There's always two sides to a story. Luton actually started this.
They've been well known for starting stuff like this of Luton.
Yeah, so like I say, we don't condone these behaviours, by the way, everybody. And yeah, these people, I don't really class as fans, unfortunately. I really don't. And I think that, I think there was obviously another instance last night as well. And obviously with involving Billy Sharp.
Oh, that's disgraceful.
That was disgraceful.
I've seen on Twitter earlier that Matt Burney stood on a Forest fan.
Oh, really? Right. I didn't hear that, actually.
If I can find the clip on Twitter in a bit, I will DM it you on Instagram and let you have a look.
Yeah, but like I say, obviously Billy Sharp was just stood there innocently after the match. Yeah, and it was disgraceful, really. Obviously, what kind of unfolded there, and I think that it's been becoming too apparent in football. Unfortunately, these kind of instances and this kind of violence going on and this behaviour. We could, the authorities seem to condone it, but what are they actually doing about? What are they actually doing about it? What are they actually kind of?
Exactly.
They're not doing anything.
No,
So you've got to do both. You've got to condone the actions, but then you've got to back it up with action. It's no good saying you don't agree with it. Obviously, the FA coming out and saying, or whoever coming out and saying, look, we don't, accept it. But what are you doing to stop it? It's just nothing's
it's
yeah.
crazy. Something needs to be done at these type of situations. I understand why fans ran on the pitch to congratulate the players, but you should
Yeah.
not headbutt a player like that.
Yeah, but by the way, this is not about fans going, because at the end of the day, fans have got a right to enjoy the moment. But when you take it
Oh yeah,
too
exactly.
far, if you take it, I haven't got a problem with fans going on pitches, after maybe getting to Wembley, because it's a massive moment for a football club to get to a playoff final. But what I'm not condoning is when people go too far and then ruin it for everybody else. That's what
Oh,
they do. They
exactly.
ruin it for it because again, last night and on Monday night, things was being talked about, that was happening on the, kind of, it was kind of, what I'm trying to say is it ruins it, it ruins that, it kind of tarnishes that, obviously that big moment for the football club, obviously, Forest last night and then was on Monday. It kind of tarnishes it a bit and kind of just, but anyway, I'm not going to keep mentioning what's happening here because it's one of those things, and all I can say is let's hope that we see a vast improvement in the coming years. Months.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But yeah. So yeah, obviously that final. I think when we scored, it felt like every second was going like very, very slowly, and I couldn't really sit still in those instances. But obviously,
I
when
couldn't watch. I turned away and looked a different way. I just couldn't watch.
yeah, I mean, it really was nail biting stuff, and but in all fairness, we managed to the game. We saw out the game, and yeah, it was, the moment when that whistle was blew, just pure elation. It really was. I
It was a
mean,
relief. I could finally breathe again when the final whistle went.
yeah, and I think that was when the celebrations obviously started from everybody. It felt it was a very, in fact, it was very emotional actually. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you because this means a lot to us. It really does because from my perspective and from many town fans that I've kind of spoken with, I don't think we ever expected to be in a position again so soon after being relegated. By the way, I didn't think we would be there for. I couldn't really put a time on it, but I felt like it was going to be a huge amount of time before we actually got back to a potential moment of getting back to the Premier League. And obviously, it's happened this time. It's just kind of caught us off guard, But yeah, what a special moment. And like I say,
There's another thing I'd like to bring up. The out of contract players. I'm wanting to know when will they be resolved and when we're finding out who's being released and who's staying.
well, to be honest with you, I think that at the moment, obviously being in the, in the playoff kind of picture, I think they've kind of said, you know what, let's just see, let's just get through, let's focus on the playoffs solely here, and then obviously sort out the situation with contracts and everything after, obviously the play, because at the end of the day, in my perspective, you don't really want to have contract negotiation going on whilst you're trying to get promoted. You know
It
what I
could
mean?
affect the momentum of the squad, that as well.
Yeah, but it can also start, if then contracts are then rejected, then it just starts to have negativity. You don't want it in it.
No, you want
just best
everything
waiting.
positive.
You're just best waiting until afterwards. And like I say, I think to be honest with you, though, the people that kind of are out of contract this summer, are probably, knowing themselves, you know what, probably I'm going to be leaving anyway. Like I say, like Fraser Campbell and people like that, in all due respects, he's just not.
I think he'll retire or go into a bit of coaching role.
Yeah, from my perspective, he's a great lad. Don't get me wrong, he really is. But his time's gone now. Unfortunately, I just think that he just has to call it a day.
I think he might go into B team coaching staff, mate.
Yeah, potentially. Like I say, it'd be great to see him back. It'd be great to see him still kind of be, around the club, because he's a great character to have around the club, obviously, and he cares about the club as well. So, yeah, definitely, it'd definitely be nice to see that. But yeah, that's kind of the answer to your question, really, about contracts. There's no need to do it when you're in the middle of a kind of playoff race. Yeah, we've already covered that. I keep forgetting, So obviously we're going to kind of touch upon the final thoughts then. So obviously, yeah, we're at Wembley. We can look forward to this trip now to Wembley.
I'll be going hopefully, but I'm not a season card holder, so I've got to wait yet still.
Or don't you know anybody that's got a season card that potentially can get you?
One of my best mates, yeah, but he's just been tested positive with COVID, so...
I mean, it's up to you, but you could potentially use my season card if you want to get one now.
Well, I could...
But it's up to you. Because I can't... You're there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. If you want to use my season card, you're more than welcome to, because like I said, I think I've got another 5 tickets I can have on my card. Obviously, you can have 6 per card, can't you? So it's up to you anyway. The offer's there for you, pal.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, like I said, just message me if you want. Like, see, if you want to go to Wembley, then obviously you best actually getting one now, rather than waiting until general sale. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, we can look forward to a trip to Wembley. Now, obviously, our opponents will be Nottingham Forest. Like I say, from my perspective, and I'll kind of pass it over to you in a moment. No matter who you get in the final, it's always tough. But we've shown this season that we can beat Forest. We've shown the qualities that we have, and we know if we perform to our best, we can beat anybody in our day. I'm not focusing on Forest's kind of qualities, because my focus is always on what we can do. Because if we control what we can do, then that's all that counts. Hello, Aidan. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining us. You've kind of caught the back end of this, but welcome in. Please, please, please comment your thoughts about obviously getting to Wembley. What your feelings are, your kind of emotions right now. Obviously, I was going to do the live yesterday, but I thought, you know what, I need to calm down a bit here, because I just can't. I'm so. It just felt like, I was still kind of overwhelmed. I still am, to be fair, but yeah. But welcome on and thank you for coming. I really do appreciate you being here. You always continue to show the support for the group, so yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think you should try. Yeah, that's it. Like I say, Tom, you can book by my reference if you wish. So yeah, where was that? So yeah,
the final thoughts.
Yeah, so going into this final then, obviously, by the way, we're going to be doing a bigger preview on this match, but I just want to touch upon it now quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it just yet, because like I said, we'll be doing a preview next week as the kind of, as we kind of count down the days, But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I just kind of want to know your kind of thoughts about kind of your early thoughts, should I say, about this final, and obviously Forest are obviously we'll be playing Forest. So yeah, what kind of thoughts have you got?
I think it's going to go 2 ways. Yeah. I think it's going to win it. It's going to be one in the midfield. It's going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy, because from this season, what I've seen from Forest, they are good when they go forward. They've got Johnson, who's an unreal talent. But from our side of things, if we Sorba, there's 2 Sorbas. The one that doesn't play well and the one that's sensational. If Sorba starts, I think we win.
Yeah.
And I'm going 3-1 to us.
Oh, the early prediction as well. Well, I'm not going to do my prediction until next week, because like I said, we're going to be doing a bigger preview next week. Hopefully get a few others on to join me for that one. Probably start promoting it early and try and get people kind of be a bit more organised, but we'll have to see what that kind of happens. But yeah, like I say, obviously any finals always going to be difficult. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think anybody's kind of thinking it's going to be easy, because unless you're a Forest fan, of course, and then you're just very deluded.
I I work with a Forest fan, and today's speech saying, "Oh, you're getting hammered 4-0 already."
Yeah, they're just embarrassing. They really are. And to be honest with you, they're embarrassing themselves on their social media. So allow them to do that because, yeah, it really is pathetic. But yeah, from our perspective, obviously, we know it's going to be tough. We're very grown up about the situation. But yeah, like I say, Sorba definitely starts for me. He has to do, in my opinion. Like I say, he's had that kind of gradual process of getting into the team. Obviously, seeing him for about 5 minutes at Luton in the first leg, and obviously getting a bit more minutes in the second leg. He's ready to start now, in my opinion. There's no reason why he shouldn't be starting here because in a final, it's worth the risk as well. By the way, because you've got to take that risk.
I think this final will have goals.
Yeah, do you think? Yeah, it definitely. Like I said, both teams like to score, don't they, for sure? But I just think that Nichols, I just can't. He just continues to save us, and I just think it's just.
And a lot of Forest fans need to realise when we played them at their ground in the cup, we didn't have a strong team out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't have Nichols in goal. We had Blackman, was it?
Yeah, but like I say, it was. I wouldn't put the onus on Blackman, to be honest, for that result. Like I say, we made a lot of change to that side, and yeah, obviously we beat them in the league though. So,
I mean, we didn't play with a striker that game. We played, I think, Siani was up front.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we can go back to that, and we can. But like I said, the season's done now. From my perspective, we have to focus on this playoff race now.
That's the main focus now, is just to go there, play out, concentrate on our own game, and just go win.
We have to get the job. We have to get the. We need. Like I said, Wembley loves us, and we love Wembley, and I hope that continues. Obviously, next Sunday, a week on Sunday. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, like I say, you can't beat a trip to Wembley, and we'll just kind of have to see what happens. But yeah, as I say, we will be doing a bigger preview to this, obviously next week.
Well, I can join that, and I will come on camera. It's just I've just got in from work.
That's that's fine. Like I said, I'm hoping to get a few others on as well. It'll be great to get Brad on the channel, maybe potentially, and a few others. But we'll have to see. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come back on. And I'm kind of going to finalise a day and time in the next few days. So
just let me know. You've got me on Instagram anyway, so you just update me.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, obviously, kind of touching upon I've kind of said my thoughts about so I've kind of said my thoughts, and you've kind of said so. Yeah, I don't want to touch on it too much, but obviously, we are absolutely delighted with this. Going to Wembley, even with a chance of getting back to the Premier League, which I'm not joking.
Let's hope Leeds get relegated and we go up here.
Yeah, that would be the icing on the cake. It really would. Now, like I say, we're 90 minutes, 120 minutes away from getting back to the Premier League. Just let that sink in, and I think that is a perfect way to end this stream. As always, everybody, thank you for joining. As I say, we
just want to say one more thing before you go. I'm proud of how well your Proud Terriers is doing. If you need any help with me, wanting me to help it grow, I can help. Ryan, you do an amazing job with it. You do an amazing job for Proud Terriers, and it's just it's just an amazing thing. It needs to get out there. It needs to be talked about more as well.
Honestly, like I said, I really appreciate that. Like I said, anybody in our group is welcome, and we appreciate anybody showing support. And yeah, I really appreciate that comment, by the way. It just means a lot to me.
No worries, I'm always here if you want help with it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, cheers. But yeah.
Thanks for having me on as well.
Yeah, like I say, I was trying to not blush there, by the way, but I'm all right. I'm all right. But honestly, whenever I get comments like that, it really touches me. It really does. And like I say, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, really, and keep kind of, obviously, as I was saying, we launched the YouTube channel last week. Like I say, I'm not expecting to kind of hit the ground running straight away, especially after the big break that we kind of had. But yeah, it's just, like I said, the group is going from strength to strength. I'm absolutely thrilled to kind of have that support, you know, from
Well,
everybody.
I keep getting the word out and I keep sharing it on my socials.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, as ever, everybody, thank you for coming in. And
Thanks
yeah,
for having me on as well.
yeah, no worries. If you just stay on a moment, I'll have a chat with you once we go off air. So 1 second, I won't keep you long because, like I said, I've got another live stream to do at 7, on my own channel. So yeah, but yeah, just quickly, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I say, if you are watching this, if you're here, you know, like I say, it's pre-recorded, so please don't forget to smash that like button. It really does mean a lot. Please subscribe to the channel. It would actually be great to get to 70 subscribers in the coming days, weeks, you know. And like I say, we are going to be doing regular content on here, actually, even when the season's over. I've got some great ideas that I kind of want to come on and speak passionately about. You know, I've got, you know, episode, you know, kind of things that I want to come on and speak about and kind of just kind of educate people about kind of, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing and things like that, and what kind of hopes and ambitions I've got for the future and things like that. And yeah, just kind of open up to, you know, the audience, if you could say so. But yeah, like I said, please follow on all our socials as well. Like I say, Proud Terriers are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So yeah, please go and kind of follow us if you don't. But yeah, the one thing I want to say before I go is Town are going up with a fiver in the bank.
In the bag.
Good night, God bless, and I shall see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.